All right, let's just dive right into this explainer. You know that feeling, right? You open your phone and suddenly you're just swiping. You're scrolling through dozens of videos, stuff that makes you laugh, maybe shocks you, surprises you. And then you put the phone down and you feel absolutely nothing. Like you're not sad, you're not happy, you're not even satisfied. You're just bored.
So what do we actually do? We pick it right back up. It is this totally automatic, almost unconscious reflex. You literally barely set the phone on the table before it's right back in your hand for another video.
And then, bam, another notification. You're hopping from a social media feed over to a mobile game, maybe grabbing a quick snack, and then right back into that endless scroll. We're just constantly chasing that next little hit, that next tiny burst of stimulation.
But here's the really scary realization that comes with all this scrolling. Somehow, nothing feels exciting for very long anymore. The things you once genuinely loved, like sitting down for a solid 2-hour movie, practicing your favorite hobbies, or honestly, even just having a slow conversation with a friend, they now feel strangely slow and, well, kind of dull.
So you gotta ask, what happened to me? Have you actually lost your ability to enjoy life? Has everyday American life just become incredibly boring? Or has your brain simply been trained to expect constant, relentless stimulation? Well, let's unpack exactly what is going on in your head.
Section 1. The mechanism. How dopamine actually works. Okay, to understand this trap, we have to dismantle a super popular myth. You've probably heard dopamine described simply as the pleasure chemical, but that's way too simple. Dopamine isn't just a pleasure chemical. It's deeply involved in motivation, learning, anticipation, and reward-related behavior. It doesn't just make you feel good. It literally teaches your brain what is worth pursuing. And here's the kicker. Dopamine becomes incredibly powerful when a reward is unpredictable. It drives the pursuit of the unexpected. It's literally the exact same chemical pathway that gets triggered when you're sitting in a casino.
And that casino comparison perfectly illustrates how modern apps hijack our systems. It's called the uncertainty loop, and tech designers actually study slot machines to perfect this stuff. When you open an app, you don't know what you're going to see. Swipe? Hey, nothing special. Swipe again? Okay, interesting. Swipe again? Whoa, amazing. Swipe again? Boring. It's a total slot machine effect. The uncertainty of what comes next creates this powerful, completely inescapable loop. Your brain learns that if it just keeps swiping, a reward might be waiting. There's no final page, right? So you just keep going.
Section 2. The escalation. The story of Ryan.
I want to introduce you to a guy named Ryan to kind of ground this neuroscience in reality for us. Now, Ryan used to enjoy simple, slow things. He played the guitar, read books, went for walks without his phone. But let's trace his descent here because it started really slowly. Over a few weeks, he just watched a few short videos during his lunch break. No big deal, right? But then, months later, he's automatically reaching for his phone while waiting for the bus. Fast forward a few years, and he literally cannot fall asleep without scrolling. A few innocent minutes of entertainment gradually crept into every single quiet moment of his life. So Ryan's brain essentially forged a really dangerous new set of rules. Eating alone? Reach for the phone. Got 5 minutes between tasks? Reach for the phone. Ryan's brain learned a hard rule. Boredom equals finding stimulation immediately. Because entertainment was always sitting right there in his pocket, ordinary silence became completely unbearable to him.
Section 3. The agitation. When real life feels slow.
So what happens when your brain expects every single moment to be thrilling? The contrast is pretty stark. On one side, you have the digital world. It changes every single second, offering constant novelty and instant feedback. But on the other side, you have the real world.
Real-world conversations take actual time. Reading a physical book requires patience. Learning a new skill, that is notoriously slow and honestly sometimes super frustrating. When you are so used to the hyperspeed of endless feeds, the natural, slower pace of real life starts to feel kind of agonizing. Because, well, real life just doesn't have a next button.
And this creates what we call the endless search for better. You finish a video, and instead of feeling satisfied, you immediately seek another one. You start believing that stopping means you're going to miss out on something important. You end up consuming more and more content while feeling less and less fulfilled. It's the anxiety of the maybe, this totally false belief that a better video or a more important notification is just one swipe away, and it constantly robs us of the present moment.
Which leads us to a massive core realization. Stimulation is not always the same as satisfaction. I mean, a feed can entertain you for 3 straight hours, capture your attention entirely, but still leave you feeling totally empty. You might not even be able to remember what you just watched. You aren't enjoying more, you're really just chasing more.
Section 4. The reversal. How to reclaim focus. Okay, so to build a calm, intentional lifestyle, you don't actually have to throw your smartphone in the trash or move out to the woods to escape this. We have 5 clear, gradual steps to escape the dopamine trap and reset your brain's reward pathways. Let's walk through these, one by one, to really empower you to take back control of your attention. Step 1. Stop feeding boredom. The next time you're waiting in line at the grocery store, just stand there. Do nothing. No phone. Now, it is going to feel incredibly uncomfortable at first. Your brain will actively protest, but understand that this restlessness isn't a bad thing. It's literally just your brain relearning how to experience silence. Step 2. Create friction. Basically, make your most distracting habits slightly harder to do. Turn off non-essential notifications. Keep your phone in another room while you work. By adding just a few seconds of friction, you interrupt the automatic behavior and force yourself into a moment of conscious choice. You actually get to ask yourself, wait, do I actually want to do this right now? Step 3. Bring back slow rewards. Start engaging in activities that do not offer instant gratification. Read 10 pages of a book, go for a walk, draw something. You have to remind your brain that just because an activity has less stimulation, that doesn't mean it has less value. In fact, the absolute best rewards are often the ones that take time to develop. Step 4. Practice single tasking. I challenge you to do just one thing at a time. Try eating a meal without watching a video, or talk to someone without your phone sitting face up on the table. The sheer difficulty of this simple task is profound proof of how distracted we've really become. Focus is a muscle, guys. You have to practice it repeatedly. And step 5, stop chasing the perfect next thing. You do not need to consume every piece of content or know every piece of breaking news immediately, because sometimes the next thing just isn't better. Staying present to finish a conversation, finish a task, or just fully experience a moment is infinitely more rewarding than whatever is waiting on the other side of a swipe. Section 5. The Real Escape. Transforming habit into choice. Ultimately, the dopamine trap is really just a learned pattern of boredom followed by scrolling, but you can break it. Reclaiming your focus means realizing your brain isn't broken. It just needs a gentle reminder of the beauty of slow reality, the sound of silence, the deep, lasting satisfaction of finishing something difficult, uninterrupted conversations, or engaging in hobbies just for the pure joy of it, not for instant likes. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. The next time you feel like nothing is exciting anymore, don't ask what's wrong with you. Ask yourself this: have I given myself enough time to feel anything deeply? Excitement is incredibly easy to manufacture, but meaning, well, meaning takes time. Thank you for joining me for this explainer. Slow down and take back your time.